Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Redux. What ifs? And today I got a special what if for y'all. I'm gonna be real, y'all fucking destroyed that poll for high school DxD. But before we get into this mystery character, I know y'all hear the beats in the background. My shout out to Nostalgia. He makes some fire ass beats, really slept on for real, but that's besides the point. The point is y'all really fucking destroyed that shit, bro. I appreciate y'all for all the love and support y'all been showing me. We starting this year off strong, but I did pull up a poll and it didn't seem like everybody was like fucking with it, so I was like, you know what, let me randomize it. So I'm gonna be bringing to y'all what if Noctis was in high school DxD. And for those of you who don't know who Noctis is, he's basically the main protagonist in Final Fantasy 15, probably my favorite game out of all the Final Fantasy series. Well, and then my second favorite would be 7, including 16. But Noctis is a fucking GOAT. And yes, this man is busted as shit, bro. Noctis is broken as fuck. But without any further ado, I'm gonna get into the what if and let this intro play.
You got my heart racing. Only one I'm chasing. Smoking up blood in your face. Sadness us to the pavement. If a nigga think I'm playing, bloody on me, she gon' shake it. Niggas hating, but I'm a
Now, we start this what if off in the Final Fantasy 15 universe. For all those who played the game, if you know the ending, which is, oh gosh, I really kind of don't want to spoil the ending, but for those who have played the game, y'all already know the ending. For those who hasn't, long story short, for him to defeat the main villain, he had to sacrifice himself. And his arsenal, along with the Ring of Lucy and all his royal arms that he did have, along with the other weapons he had, are gone, right? So after he defeats Adrian, right, Adrian, instead of him disappearing, he stayed in limbo, let's say for a good millennia. And Bahamut, which is like the supreme god of that universe, felt bad for Noctis, as he had everything ripped from him and he didn't get to live a full life. And so Bahamut used all of his remaining power and sealed all the weapons inside him, right? And then at that same token, he went to the high school DxD universe and made a deal with let's see, who should be, he made a deal with, let's say, Sir Zetchus, right? And he says that he will have Noctis reborn in this universe, and that he is free to do whatever he wishes, but at that same time, just don't fucking, what is it? He's basically telling Sir Zetchus, don't sway him to do his own thing, and also that he knows that there's a cold war brewing, and he's sending Noctis to help. So, just, kind of watch over him. Oh shit, almost dropped something, god damn. But he said, just kind of watch over him and, make sure he doesn't sway to evilness and stuff. That's pretty much what it is. So after that, Bahamut, uses the last remaining of his power to, restore Noctis's body, and then he gives he says he gives Sir Zetchus the Ring of Lucy, along with the he gives the Ring of Lucy along with the Covenant of the Gods, like Leviathan, I forgot the dude's name, that's the storm, Zeus, and Zeus, Titan, along with what else? Ifrit too. So, he has all those abilities too. And so, with that being said, Noctis is reborn, right? And let's just say he Gladio, and Gladio is reincarnated, but he doesn't have Gladius's memories. So he raises Noctis as his own. It's kind of like a Ichigo and Ichigo's dad's relationship, if that makes sense. So now we fast forward about let's take a time skip. We go to let's go at the beginning of high school. Noctis is a freshman, and Gladio, he finds out about the world of angels and demons and, the devils and all that other stuff. So he's basically trying to keep Noctis, away from it because he doesn't want Noctis to get dragged into it, obviously. But it's inevitable, as it's bound to happen. So let's just say that since Gladio does have magic, he has magic, right? And so he wants to train Noctis up to be able to defend himself with a sword, and fight in general, because he believes every man should know how to fight. And so with that being said, he goes out with Gladio sometimes to fight monsters that are hurting people or that things that people can't see. So with that being said, we fast forward to freshman year for Noctis. Gladio says he has to take a trip, so he's the man of the house. Take care of his little sister, which his sister is gonna be Iris. Yes, for all my Final Fantasy 15 fans, they already know who Iris is. And yes, Noctis has a little sister named Iris. And so he says that he's the man of the house. He's gonna go for a little bit, take care of Iris, make sure she gets from school and back to school safely and all that other stuff. And so that's when Noctis understood Gladio. Gladio left, and then he drops his sister off, and then Noctis goes to school. It was his first day, so you already know what Noctis had on, the whole casual fit, the Final Fantasy 15 starter pack drip, man. You already know what he was rocking. So he writes his name in a kanji board, not on a kanji board, on a board in kanji symbols, saying that, his name is Noctis Lucian the 13th, no, the 2nd, or I don't know, you know what, no, he's going to be the first. Well, obviously he's the first, but his name is Noctis Lucian, right? And he says he hoped he could get along with everybody, as he just got transferred to Kuho Academy 2, and so it's an awfully a lot of girls. And so when he gets transferred, all the girls are fiending for this man. Like, bro, the dark hair, this nigga got aura, bro. Like, this nigga, bro, this dude is like a better version and a more overpowered version. He looks like Sasuke, but he's just better than Sasuke overall, right? So he takes his seat and everything goes as normal as usual, as he starts to notice faint energy signatures. He noticed faint energy signatures, as he was like, so he's not the only special one, as he likes to say it around here, but his sense can use a little bit more work to tune, right? And so, everything goes, pretty much to canon. Issei introduces himself. He catches him at the lunchtime after the bell rings, since Issei's and his friends are really the only one that eats on a roof. So he was surprised to see Noctis join him, as Noctis introduces himself, and then that's when he asks Issei, what is he doing with those binoculars? And then that's when Noctis put 2 and 2 together, as Issei was peeping on the girls. And so that's when Noctis was like, and then that's when he words, god damn. He scoffed at Issei's antics, and that's when Noctis was like, I can't believe you would do something like that. He was like, a girl should always have her privacy. And he was like, oh, we're giving them privacy far, far away. But we can look, but we just can't touch. And then that's when Issei was like, come on, you want to peek. And then Noctis was like, no, my dad taught me not to do something like that unless it's permitted, unless I have her consent. And then that's when he gave Noctis the binoculars, and then that's when he looked through the binoculars, and then that's when he saw Akino look directly at Noctis, as Noctis was like, oh shit. And then he sees a whole bunch of girls rioting and running towards the building. And then that's when that's when Issei was like, oh shit, we've been figured out, man. Well, we gotta go. And then that's when Noctis was getting backed up after he got, pushed back down when they ran away. And then that's when Issei was running off. He was like, nice to meet you, Noctis. Hope we could be really good friends. And so they ran off. And then that's when the girls came to the roof, right? And then Noctis was just sitting there. And he was like, it's not what it looks like, as he had the binoculars next to him, as Noctis was like, oh man, this is going to be a bore to explain. And so, after some, convincing, the girls realized it wasn't him. He was just meeting Issei up there, but he didn't tell who was peeping because he was like, I ain't no snitch, but, I ain't say nothing, but this person was over there doing this, you know what I'm saying? This man was low-key dry snitching, but, it's fine. And so, after that, he walks home, as he was, he was planning on leaving early so he could go get his sister, right? And it happened to, so happened to be that, what is it that, I'm trying to think. Iris and, what is it? What's her name? Fuck, the fallen angel. Damn, I just watched High School DxD and I forgot her fucking Yuma. Yes, Yuma. Right. Yes, that's it. Okay. Yuma, her human name. AKA her angel name, Renair. Right? Oh, yes, I'm so glad I finished watching that shit again. But, yeah. Renair was, goes to Iris's school as an undercover angel, right? And so, they both pull up to where, conveniently where they both meet each other as Iris is ready to tell her big brother how her day was, as Noctis is very nonchalant, but he really cares about his sister. Like, he really loves her and he would do anything for her. So after that, they both went their separate ways, as we heard Issei, as they were walking away, right, that's when Renair revealed her true form, and she stabbed Issei, and then that's when it's revealed that that Renair, aka Yuma, is actually a fallen angel. And then it seemed like Noctis didn't hear the Issei getting stabbed, right? And so that's when he was walking away for a good minute, like, let's say he's about like I don't know, he's a pretty good distance, but not too far away. And then that's when Yuma was like, let me take care of those two just in case. And then she threw a light, like a silver, like not a silver, like a skinny but potent, light spear at them. But Iris turns around and puts herself in front of Noctis as she gets impaled in the chest, as Noctis was just like, what happened? What did you do? As he was like, Iris, are you okay? And, he was like, in shock, because he was like, damn, first of all, like, if your little sister get, in front of you, that's kind of bad, man. I would go, he was tweaking, man. He started tweaking out. That's a pretty reasonable crash out right there. But, he started tweaking out as, he, tried to use a healing movement to stop the bleeding, but it wasn't working. So since that wasn't working, he used some of his mana that he had to control the bleeding and stop it, or temporarily slow it down. As let's just say he looks back at who did it, and he sees a beautiful woman with black wings and black hair with red eyes, as he was like, did you do this? As he pointed his finger towards her with this cape, jacket, trench coat flapping in the wind, bro. And then she was like, yes, I did, and I'm going to do the same thing to you. She was like, it's a shame that you had to be caught up in these crossfires, but we can't be too safe or let our existence, get out. And so that's when she comes forward. That's when she now not comes forward. She throws another light spear, and then that's when Noctis catches it, and then he he grabs it and then breaks the shit into, as he says, you will pay for what you did, right? And so he runs towards her, and he summons his what is it, to the Star of Rogue. And I'm gonna be using the names of the Imperial, not Imperial, fuck, I'm thinking about a comic got killed. I'm gonna be using the names of his royal arms, as he has some of them, but the other ones he has to find or pass certain trials to get them. And then Cersei just has to give him the Ring of Lucy when he is strong enough. But you'll see how he gets that, because the Ring of Lucy is fucking broken as shit, bro. So with that being said, he runs towards Rhaenyra, and he jumps up in the air as he throws the Star of Rogue, and she dodges as she says, "You're such a poor aim," but she wasn't expecting him to warp towards the weapon, as he comes behind her and brings a great broadsword, striking her down, with her blocking with her spear of light, as it's like a huge clash, and she, gets sent flying to the ground, but she catches herself as Noctis comes in with like a thunder roll. I think that's what it's called from Final Fantasy. It's like this big broad sword, like a guts type sword, but every strike you make, it has like a lightning bane effect. So like if she gets hit with the sword, it strikes lightning at her too. So he comes down with this fucking huge thunder roll sword and strikes the ground as it shoots like lightning everywhere. And so that's when he pulls out the twin blades of the fourth king. I forgot what the twin blades were called, but hold on, let me pull up these notes right here, and then I'm gonna throw them on the screen so y'all can see all the weapons that he has to get and currently has at the moment. So I found out the weapon that it was the twin blades, and it's called Blade of the Wanderer. So he took out the Blades of the Wanderer, and they began to go back and forth with Noctis, obviously being more experienced, since he had more fighting experience and training. And plus he's amped by the rage that he feels after seeing his sister get impaled, after, she took that spear for him, and it started flashing back to all those times where he was like, pushing her away and all this other stuff, even though he's really nice to her and he watches over her, but he didn't, he felt like he didn't show it enough. So he was filled with rage as he tapped into this unknown power, as he used false armigeri, which basically made projections of the other royal arms that he has to collect, as he takes the sword, the katana, right, and he uses the katana, as he uses the katana, what's the katana called? So the katana is called Katana of the Warrior, as he summons it, and this was the only time it was able to leave the premises, and he now has the katana of the warriors, since it was the woman who wielded that katana, along with the Star of Rogue that had the ninja stars, right? And so that's when he grabbed the katana, and he sheathed it, and he took one good swing, like he threw it out his sheath, right, and it literally cut through. It sent like a wave of light. That's how fast he went, as her wing got clipped by it, like her wing got sliced by the wave of light, and then she left, and then it left like a huge arc, a cross slash on her chest area, as she falls to the ground, and jumps back in the air to put some distance between himself, as he was about to take another swing, but then that's when he realized that the weapon is hurting him, as he has to, in Final Fantasy 15 you have to build your HP up, like your endurance up to use the weapons longer. As he was just fueled by rage, as he was able to use some of the weapons, but he wasn't taking account of his stamina, as it drains energy too. And so that's when he begins to breathe heavy, and he summons his substitute weapon that Gladius gave him, which is like a black steel katana, and like a short, no, not a short sword. Like he uses Thunder Raw too, but he barely uses that because sometimes it's like way too heavy, so he has to train with that to lift it up. And then he has he also has this this other sword that he can use. Is called like the Fire Tongue sword, which is basically like a sword that has fire damage, but he doesn't use it, along with Ice Tongue too. The Ice Brand, but his ice endurance or his ice immunity isn't up yet, so he has to work on his ice magic too. And so he just sits there with this engine blade in the ground as he's panting. And she's over here like trying to, stop her own bleeding, as she says that she won't forget this, as he was like, as he falls back and he says, "I don't care if it costs me my life, I will kill her." And so he uses his last of his magic and his force to summon the Star of Rogue, and he imbued it in like this lightning energy, since he's more proficient with lightning and fire. Let's say fire instead of with ice and stuff. So he imbued it with lightning, and he, chucked that shit as it just beamed across the beamed across the fucking it beamed across the sky, as it it narrowly hit her face, like it sliced her cheek, but it's like those small cuts, as it still gave lightning damage, as she was still off the adrenaline, escaping. And that's when the weapon just exploded and disappeared, as Noctis was like, he fell onto both of his knees, and then he fell on the ground. As that's when Reus comes along with Sona, as Sona was able to she was able to make a barrier so Reus could do what she needed to do, and she resurrected Issei. And then that's when she comes towards Reus, as Reus was like, she basically says that, "Do you want to serve me?" He said, "I'll do anything, just please help my sister, help her, and I'm yours." And then that's when she said, "Then it's done. Welcome to my protege, Noctis Lycium." And so she resurrects him, and he wakes up along with Iris waking up, and they both are confused on what happened. So he was like, "Okay, that must have been a dream," but it wasn't a dream. As let's say they go to school and they notice things differently, as Iris is able to, her ability is basically seeing the future. She's starting to see people's movements and actions before they even do it, as she starts freaking out about it a little bit. So with Noctis being able to, Noctis feels, lighter, stronger, as every time he practices on the bag, or goes into this as he steps into this this like mindscape that Gladio made with him training, just in case he's not there. He feels stronger, lighter. He could use his his royal arms for longer periods of time, as he notices a huge boost in difference in magic and strength, and his proficiencies with it more, as he finds it a little bit weird. So we're gonna fast forward let's say a week and a half we go through, and then that's when Reus wants to meet with Issei, Iris, and Noctis. But before they could do that, Yuma strikes Issei again, and Noctis and what is it? Noctis and excuse me, my voice. Noctis and Issei were walking, and they were talking about the whole thing as he felt like there was something missing. And so that's when Noctis, since his senses are more alert, he pushed Issei out the way as a spear of light, stuck in the ground and blew up with Issei flying back against the stone wall, and Noctis catching himself as he looks around and sees Yuma back. And so that's when he was like, you're the one that hurt my sister. He was like, you killed her. I won't forgive you. He was like, I will make sure you die by my hand. I really don't like hitting women, but this time I make no exceptions. As he holds his hand out as he says, Thunder Roll. And so this huge, great sword, and as he summons it with two hands and puts it behind his back, he says that she's gonna meet she's gonna meet her maker today. As he jumps up and then swings Thunder Roll around as she blocks with the spear. She makes her spear light a little bit bigger as they both clash, and then since he hit something, it doesn't matter what he hits. If he hits something, lightning is just gonna strike. So he's straight, like this huge lightning arc flashes as it's like causes a huge explosion, right? And so she flies away as she starts throwing a volley of what is it? A volley of spears of light, right? And so that's when Noctis shows off, bro. I'm telling you, if y'all played Final Fantasy 15, y'all already know his special move. When an attack hits right before it touches him, he like phases through it. So all you see is like after images of Noctis just nonchalantly phasing through everything, and even blocking and parrying. He just 1, 2 phase, 3, 4 phase. He's just like dodging that shit as everything is going towards him in slow motion, and his power begins to rise as, hold on, ooh, bless me, sorry for the sneeze, I'm not cutting that out, but his power begins to rise as a blue aura starts emanating off of him, like a bluish flaming aura starts emanating off of him, with the tips of it being a white, as he is the king of light, the true king of light. And so he's accessing his abilities, and every time he gets in a battle, it furthers his abilities with everything as he warps back, as he puts his hand back, and then he says, great fire spell, roar of the flaming dragon, right? So no, actually I'm not gonna say that. It's just fire. So it's fire, and then it's like fire. Like it sounds silly, but it's actually that's how it's like. So that goes with all his like magic spells. So let's say if he summons does ice magic, it's Blizzara, and then Blizzaga. So it's like you gotta like put extra oomph behind it. Same thing with lightning. It's called Thundera, and then Thundaga. So it's like the the third stage is like the most powerful. And when he combines it, which he'll learn soon, when he combines it, it's like a multicast, right? So basically, let's just say he's in a tight spot, and then he combines all of it. It's like an ultimate spell that basically gives all four elements basically into like this huge giant storm. And it's basically, it's not a good time. It's really not going to be a good time for those who's at the opposite end of that. So he uses fire, since he's more proficient in fire and lightning. Like I said, he's not so efficient with ice, but he will have to get that down soon. So he uses a level 2 fire, and so he shoots it at Renair as she shields her. She summons a shield as the fire blast just bursts through, like it just shoots at her, and it's just a huge explosion. And even after the explosion, she can still feel the heat off the fire as like every ability that Noctis has. I'm going off of by the Final Fantasy 15 game. So if you use like Fire or Fire Gun, like even after the explosion, there's still gonna be effects and flames of it. Like the heat doesn't go away, the flame doesn't go away. You can still get caught on fire by that, after effects, since it lasts so long. So after that, she tries to kill Issei again, but then that's when Noctis throws the swords of the Wanderer, as one hits the stone that he was by, as Issei was like, "Hey, are you trying to kill me?" And then as she was about to impale Issei again, Noctis warps, right? He warps towards the sword as he, deflects the spirit light that what is it? That Yuma was holding. So she was surprised how quick he moved. It's basically warping. He blinked there. And so that's when he took the other sword and, slashed up, which she dodged, but it cut her, let's say it cut her top of the area where her chest was covering, right? And so after that got cut, you know what happens. I'm not gonna sit up here and explain what happened. It opens, okay? And so she covers herself with her arm as Noctis looks, as he was like, "Oh no, what did I do?" And so Yuma calls him a perv, and then that's when Noctis was like, "That's not true." And so she basically says that she'll have her revenge again one day, and as she disappears with Rhea showing up again as Noctis was a little bit drained since he used so much power. And so Rhea comes out and said that, "So you've been attacked by another fallen angel again, right?" And then that's when Noctis and Issei says, "That makes it twice now. You have some explaining to do. What really happened that night? What has happened to me?" And then that's when Noctis said that, "I would love to chat, but I have to go get my sister. She must be worried sick about me." But whole time she over there chilling at home. And so Noctis goes to the school, and he noticed that he got there a lot quicker, even though like he usually gets there pretty quick. He got there a lot quicker since he was running, since he's been reborn as one of Rias's pieces. He gets like extra boosts and extra stats. So he ran all the way towards home, and so he finds her sister, just chilling here, as she was like, "Noctis, you know how you used to teach me hand-to-hand combat, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Can we spar right now?" And he was like, I don't want to spar with you right now." And so she didn't listen. She didn't care. She started throwing them things. She started throwing them haymakers. And so he begins to dodge and dodge and dodge, but he doesn't know that Iris's ability is to see in the future. And so as he was about to block, she saw the block coming. So she grabbed his hand and elbowed him as he caught the elbow at the last second. And he was like, "How did you do that?" And she was like, "Ever since that night, everything's been foggy and hazy, but now all of a sudden I can see people's, she could see the future and people's actions before they do them." And she was like, I still can't see yours though. It's weird. It's like I can see yours, but it's bound to change." And he was like, "Well, maybe that's just, experience, I guess. I don't know." But that's when as they were trying to figure out what was going on, that's when Rhea shows up at their door at the house again. And then that's when Noctis, he heard a knock, and then that's when he, summoned the Thunderall, right? And he opens the door ready to swing it, and then he realized that it was Akano, as he doesn't know her name. So he swung the sword, and then that's when he made it disappear, as he was like, "I'm so sorry." And then that's when Akano was like, "It's okay." He was like, "Even if you couldn't stop the swing, I would have stopped it." And then that's when Noctis was like, "Who said that?" And then he looked down, and it was Kanako. He was like, "Oh, He was like, and then that's when Rias and the crew pulled up talking about, we could talk about this. And, you know, instead of meeting at the Research Occult Club, they have the whole conversation at Noctis's house, right? At Noctis's house, as he was basically able to understand what the fuck is going on. So he knows about angels, fallen angels, the devils, the demons, the vampires, the ghouls. Any monster you could probably think of is probably there. And so she basically says that it's their job to make sure that, you know, normal people don't know what the hell is going on while keeping the affairs you know, supernatural in check, because there's a cold war brewing between the devils and the fallen angels, and they're trying to figure out how they're gonna fit in with all these you know, since the main factions are gone, there's also some other stuff that's gonna be happening that Noctis has to prepare for. And so Noctis is like reluctant to join, but he was like, and then he was like, but then Rias reminded him that since she did save her sister's life, his sister is a part of her peerage along with him. And then that's when Iris was like, please, big brother, can we just give it a try, please? It might be fun. She was like, you and dad always go fighting and you know go on adventures and train. I want to experience that. She was like, I'm good with the sword and the hands. He's like, I have the best of both worlds. So then Noctis was still reluctant, but since it was his little sister, how could he say no? And so with her convincing words, he joined Rias, and their first official job starts tomorrow, as they will go, you know, do the usual, set up the flyers, you know, accept jobs for people who summon them. Same old high school DxD. But I'm gonna be leaving this what if off here. This is a part 1 of what if Noctis was in high school DxD. I appreciate all the love and support y'all showed me so far, bro. Like y'all are going fucking stupid right now, bro. Like I really appreciate all the love and support y'all showing me, for real. Like, bro, like 71 subscribers. We are on our way to 100, boys. We doing this shit. Like, we real deal doing this shit, bro. Like, I still can't believe we doing this shit. Like, you know, even though I do be taking breaks, I apologize, but we really doing this shit, bro. Like, I really couldn't do this without y'all, so I appreciate y'all for all the love and support y'all showing me. We are literally 27 subscribers away from 100. Like, bro, that shit sounds so crazy to say, but it's true. It's fucking true. We are literally 27 subscribers away from 100, bro. Like, bro, that is a lot of people. Like, I don't even know what it's going to be like when I hit 500 subs or 1K subs. Like, that's a lot of fucking people that know me. Like, god damn, bro. Like, that shit sounds so crazy to say, but it's true. Like, that's a lot of fucking people that knows me. Shit, I might need to hire a fucking editor at that point or something. God damn. But yeah, I really appreciate all y'all, man. Don't forget to hit that bell, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know how this what if was. I probably still will continue this what if. And after I post this what if y'all get this video to 10 likes within the day, if I could get 10 likes by the end of the day or early tomorrow morning, I will drop a whole movie on a Kame Got Killed virtual Tatsumi on a Kame Got Killed, bro. I will drop a whole movie finishing that shit. I will finish a Kame Got Killed virtual Tatsumi. I will drop a whole 2-hour, 3-hour movie if I got to. But bro, like, I really appreciate y'all for all the love and support. And if anybody wants to collab, if there's any new what ifers, old, new, that want to collab, hey, hit me up on the email. I'll always answer. We could come up with something. But like, other than that, I really appreciate all y'all for all the love and motherfucking support y'all been showing me. This is the Redux crew. We going in strong. But without any further ado, this is Redux What Ifs signing off. Have a lovely day, and I will be back because I might post another What If, depending how I feel. But yeah, I most likely will post another What If. But without any further ado, this is me signing off. Take care.